Alright, churn it live. So, what is up, guys? My name is the Cherno, and welcome to another glorious live stream in which we're going to be continuing the development of this fucking engine. So, last time we did stuff, and we're going to continue doing stuff today. So yeah, last time we did some Emscript and stuff. We just merged in changes mainly. Oh, we didn't just do Emscript and stuff. We also merged in changes from. What is up, guys? My name is the Cherno. I forgot it did that, but that's nice. Pleasant surprise. We did some audio stuff, and we merged in changes from the Ludum Dare game that I made. So that was important, obviously, and we got that down. So that's good. Yeah. Anyway, that's the idea. And we got that generally working. There was a few problems with audio and Emscripten again for some reason. Not sure why. It was a bit of an interesting error message. I'd really like to fix that right now so that we have a working Emscripten copy. And then once we get that baby all fixed, I'd like to move on to some more important things. So we've got just a general overview, because I like doing this at the beginning of streams and of course at the beginning of videos and whatnot. Is our roadmap, if you will be finishing up this Emscripten stuff, making sure that we have a constantly working Emscripten build, because that's going to complicate things if I don't really want to do a bunch of stuff and then every month or so make sure it works with Emscripten. I want to continually basically have a continuous integration and a continuous build going on, with not literally a continuous build, but you know what I mean, a manual continuous build, if you will, of Emscripten going on, so that it just always works, because that's going to make it really easy to diagnose what went wrong and all that stuff. So that's really important. So once we figure out and we fix the Emscripten build, we're going to move on to sprite sheets. And there's going to be two things we need to look at. First of all, accepting sprite sheets. So let's just say you've got a bunch of 32 by 32 sprites in one big sprite sheet. You want to be able to, I don't know why I'm holding a lemon, by the way, that's a bit weird. Anyway, you want to be able to read a sprite sheet and actually split them up into individual sprites. Not really split them up, but as in, make sure your texture coordinates are down so that you can just bind one texture and have access to all of the textures, obviously, that are in the sprite sheet. That's one thing we have to do concerning sprite sheets. We also have to be able to make sprite sheets. So let's just say that the person, instead of providing one big sprite sheet with a bunch of little sprites for their 2D top-down Pokemon style game, for example, they decided to provide 100 PNG images that are completely separate, but they're all tiny, like 8 by 8 or 32 by 32 or something. What we want to be able to do is, obviously, that 100 PNG images are 100. Right now, what will happen is our engine will take that in as 100 textures, and it will have to essentially flush our rendering 3 times, or 4 times, 3 times to get to the 4th render pass, which will make up all those 100 sprites, since we only support 32 per draw call. But what we do want to do is be able to, instead of doing that, we want to be able to basically take in those 100 images and basically split them up into sprite sheets that we can generate. And it has to be able to support not just the same size, but what if the sprites are all different? Some might be 32 by 16, some might be 8 by 8, some might be 251 pixels by 1001. I don't know, random sizes. We want to be able to deal with all that and properly distribute them into images and have proper texture coordinates, which might be a bit difficult, but we need to figure that out. Once we do that, once all of our texture stuff is done and all of our sprite sheet stuff is done, we want to we've got 2 possible ways we can go. I'm probably going to go with physics first. So we want to integrate Box 2D for as our 2D physics engine into Sparky, and that shouldn't be too difficult, so that'll be fine. We have to make sure that our sprites and whatnot somehow work with with Box 2D. So we need some kind of I don't know. It's going to be difficult. Well, it's not going to be difficult, but we're going to have to come up with something pretty clever for that, I imagine. Haven't actually looked at it yet, so I don't know. Once we do that, we want to serialization. So we need to be able to save out most of the stuff that's in our memory, either basically what the user wants, like for their game. So game side should be able to just easily serialize data, and also like the actual. I don't think the engine will really need to do that much. I'm trying to think of it. I don't imagine it will. But you should be able to, all of the engine's formats, such as, well, engine doesn't really have too many formats, but stuff like Sprite, for example, that needs to be easily serializable so that it can just load the right texture and load the right position and all of that stuff. There's something flying around here. Anyway, that's the idea. So we need to do all of that. And I think that's about it. So once we do that, we're pretty much done with our engine. We need to do blending modes, but that's easy, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And by that I mean different blend functions per sprite. That needs to be done. And the other thing is we need to also, and then after that we are pretty much ready. The 2D engine will basically be done, so we can move on to getting it to work on Android, which shouldn't be too difficult, as I've already done that. So I'll be merging in a lot. I'll not really be merging in stuff, but I don't know. I'm hoping that by the time we finish all this, it will be like, it'll basically be Visual Studio 2015 will come out, because that has native Android support, so we don't need NVIDIA's plugins to get that to work. Not that I don't like NVIDIA's plugins. They seem to work generally well. But either way, we'll get an Android builder working. And then we're probably ready to move on to 3D. So I have to do all that stuff first. Okay, cool. Anyway. Let's move on. So we weren't working. Let's close that before it says what is up. My name is Chano. Let's get our thing working. That's really the first thing I'm kind of concerned about. Yeah. And then when we start doing the Android stuff, which will be eventually, we also want to be able to actually have proper platform support. So along with the Android stuff, we'll get Mac and Linux support working as well, and we need to define some better macros for that, because currently we just have Emscripten or not Emscripten, whereas we need like Sparky Platform, like Sparky Platform Mac, Sparky Platform Win, 32, Sparky Platform Web, Sparky Platform Android, all that stuff, so that we can properly, and we need to make probably a platform folder with all of our source code that's relative, like implementation code that's relative to that platform. So there's quite a lot of work to do. But anyway, the thing that concerns me right now, as I had mentioned, is the thing that we need to do right now is make sure that Emscripten build is working. So so right now, last live stream I did try to do this, and it kind of lulled me. So we're going to fix that up right now, because we can't be lulled by this kind of stuff. It's just not good enough. So this is what we got. Yes. So this is what we got. So, yeah, so we're getting an exception. So we're getting some kind of type error. Okay, so cannot read property play of undefined. Okay, this is actually different than I think I was getting before. Of course, looking at the source code is an absolute waste of time. Cannot read property play of undefined. So we're trying to call something .play. So it seems sound manager play. Oh, actually, this might be a really simple. This might be more simple than I thought because sound. Because I think what's happening is actually not what you think is happening. Well, I don't know. You might be thinking this, but I think this is what's going wrong. That is probably what's going wrong. We need to set up. I really should set up Emscripten as a platform here, but that won't be easy. This is probably the problem. I think I imagine that's what it's complaining about because it's separated play out of the function here, so cannot read property play of undefined. So apparently this is undefined. Let's just make sure. Let's just pop our alert back in and make sure we're actually loading the file properly. Because I might have missed something. I don't think I did because I did diff it. So I don't imagine I would have, but let's just actually, how are we loading the file? Let's just step through this. So let's go to main. Let's close everything right now. Oops. Close all of this. We're actually not in main though, we're in game. Don't know why I just closed that. Okay, let's just, okay. So when we load the audio, so we go audio sound, okay, dot play. Oof. Maybe that's bad. Yeah, because we never go sound manager dot add. Oh. Yes. That's why. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's not good. Because that works on Windows. But it doesn't work on Emscripten. So this should be... You shouldn't be able to do this then. So constructing a sound... So I should probably make play private. Oh. That's not good. Yeah. So what we need to do is... Audio sound manager... Add. And then we need to add... a new sound, which is this, which I'll make return the sound probably, because I think we can't, that just adds it, right? So we've got this going on, and then, what does add? Add returns void. Yeah, it's pathetic. And then we need to say, yeah, okay. Because add is actually what adds it into the JavaScript array, or the JavaScript dictionary / map. Sound manager get. This is not good. I need to fix this up. Lol. Play. Okay, so this should work in Emscripten now. Let's just run that quickly. Okay, let me answer some of the questions that we got going on here. So this is the Twitch chat. Since I'm not actually popping these up on YouTube, it might be worth just popping the chat onto the stream, like I used to do. I think I did it for one of the episodes. I don't know if that was quite a difficult process. So if any of you guys know an easy way to put this into the chat, to put this into the stream without actually me having to keep this window open, some kind of API thing, let me know. I'd like to do that. But what I was going to say was, will you ever use DirectX as a renderer? I don't know. I mean, I haven't really used DirectX before, so it could be a good learning experience. So I might do that in the future, but I don't suspect that'll happen for a while, because I'd rather get this stuff working with OpenGL, especially because we want to obviously support multiple platforms. I mean, it doesn't make too much sense to use DirectX because we're trying to make this run on Mac and Linux as well as Android and Emscripten, and none of those support DirectX. So it'll only be for Windows. So I don't see it being a thing. But I don't know. The stream will be uploaded to YouTube. One thing I want to mention real quick, and this is going to be difficult because I freaking hate this. YouTube does not allow you to have custom URLs unless your channel has been alive for unless your channel has been alive for 30 days, and you have 500 subscribers. So that's the deal right now to get a custom URL, which is a bit ridiculous. So what you can do instead is, I've made a channel. Here it is. I just made it. It's new. It's already got 78 subscribers actually, so that's good. We might get to 500 by the time we last at 30 days. All the streams will be posted to this new channel, okay? Unedited. So this channel will literally be just an export from Twitch. That's it. No editing, nothing. Just an export of the entire Twitch live stream as like per video, basically. So you can subscribe to it. It's called. See, the thing is, it doesn't really have a name. It's called Channel Archive here, but here it's just a ridiculous URL thing. So you should subscribe to this if you want the videos. And also, I do need to get up to 500 freaking subscribers to get a I don't know what it's playing. Stop playing. So I'll link it here, and I'll probably link it at the end as well. But you guys should definitely subscribe to this channel because, well, A, I'll be posting all the streams there, and B, I need to get to 500 subscribers to get a custom URL. It's thanks to YouTube's new URL rules, which is, yeah, very weird as I mentioned. So feel free to subscribe to that. Okay, anyway, back to this. All right. Okay. Okay, this built. So let's see if this works. Yay. Okay, path correct.
What is up, guys? My name is Eterno.
It works. This is a bit weird. I think these colors are different, so I'll definitely get that to work. Also, quick shout out to these people for subscribing, because apparently I've got my emails turned on feature. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't, but